Every year, this tech issue get worse. We work hard to grow this company, and yet the government takes a huge chunk of our profit. It's frustrating. Feel like all our effort is going to waste.
Sir, I completely understand how you feel. The current figures show our tax payable is higher this quarter mainly because of the new adjustment and the decline in the operation deduction.
So we just accept it, pay the much and call it a day. There must be another way to reduce it, right? Legally or not?
Sir, we have gone through all the legal options, expenses claim, capital allowances, and incentive. Anything beyond that would risk an audit by LHDN. If that happen, we might face a serious penalty.
I know. But this number don't make sense. We're barely breaking even and yet we owe this much. Something is not right.
Sir, maybe there's a better approach. Instead of handling this all in-house, we could get a professional accounting company to help us review our financial records.
Another company? Won't that just add to our expenses?
I understand your concern, sir, but think of it as an investment. An experienced firm can identify legitimate deductions and tax-saving strategies we might have missed. It could even correct the inconsistencies in our current financial report before things escalate.
That's true. Having an external accounting take a fresh look could give us clear picture and reduce potential risks.
Plus, it would take some pressure off our department. We've been trying to balance the book while ensuring full compliance, and an expert review could help us stay on track.
Alright, I see your point. Maybe it's time we get a second opinion. Who do you have in mind, Raja?
There's a reputable firm called DUE30022 Accounting. They specialize in corporate taxation and financial restructuring. I've checked their background. They're known for handling complex cases like ours.
Delightco, you say? Alright, contact them and set up a meeting as soon as possible. But keep it discreet. I don't want outsider think we can manage our own finance.
Of course, sir. I'll reach out to them right after this meeting.
Good. Maybe this time we can handle this properly. No shortcuts, no risk. Just a smart way to move forward.
Good afternoon, Ms. Raja. Thank you for contacting us so promptly. I understand your company is facing some issue with the recent financial report.
Yes, Mr. Luzan. To be transparent, we've encountered inconsistencies in our tax figures and financial statement. Our CEO, Mr. Tan, is concerned about the high tax liability and wants a proper review, but within full legal boundaries, of course.
I see. That's actually quite common this time of year, especially when new tax regulation come into play. Did your team notice any specific dispensacy, or is it more of structural reporting issue?
It's a bit of both. Our finance analyst Yunus and our bookkeeper Shahmi discovered several mismatched entries between the expense reports and the main balance sheet. Mr. Tan doesn't want to risk a compliance problem, so he's hoping your firm can audit this situation before our next financial submission.
That's absolutely something we can help with. I recommend a two-step approach. First, a document review session, then a face-to-face audit discussion with our accounting specialist. Okay.
That sounds reasonable. Where would you prefer to meet?
There's a cafe near your area, Cafe Serene, I believe. It's quiet and perfect for private discussion. How about Tuesday at 10:30 a.m.? I'll bring Shaza and Alif along.
Thursday works perfectly. I'll prepare all the necessary documents and ensure confidentiality.
Excellent. Thank you for your prompt coordination, Ms. Raja. It's reassuring to see how seriously you're taking this.
Likewise, Mr. Lutsen, I appreciate your professionalism and quick response. Good morning, everyone. I hope I didn't keep you waiting.
Not at all, Ms. Rajiv. We were just enjoying the coffee and discussing a few things. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Would you like a drink? This coffee here is really good.
Maybe after Mr. Tan arrived. I needed one by then. Traffic was a little rough this morning.
We usually measure morning chaos. At least you made it here safely.
Barely. Mr. Tan said he'd be driving today, so I'm hoping he doesn't get caught in the same mess as I did.
So, how's everything on your end? Still as hectic as the last quarter?
Pretty much. Things have been busy to say the least. With the financial report issues popping up, Mr. Tan's been quite tense lately. But he's eager to get this sorted out properly. Hence why we reached out to your team.
That's understandable. Financial hiccups happen all the time, especially when the numbers start clashing mid-quarter.
Yeah, sometimes even small data entry errors snowball into massive headaches. Don't worry, we've seen worse.
Speak of the devil. Excuse me, that's him. Yes, Mr. Tan. No worries. Take your time. We'll wait here. Everything is ready. That was Mr. Tan. He said he's caught in the traffic near the highway, but he said he'll be here soon. Around 15 minutes, maybe less if he's lucky.
That's alright, we can wait. No point rushing. We'd rather everyone be settled before diving into the numbers.
Yeah, give us time for a bit more. Our brain especially. I would mind another coffee.
Matter too. This report looks like it's going to need coffee in support.
I'll take one too then. Mr. Tan might appreciate that we're in good spirits before he arrives.
You know, I always find this quiet moment before having a meeting that set the tone. Once the CEO get here, things might get serious. So we might as well enjoy this calm while it lasts.
You're probably right about that. Once he walks in, it's all business.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry for the delay. The traffic was unbelievable. There was an incident near the highway and every lane just froze.
We figured out as much, sir. We all need to settle in ourselves.
No worries at all, Mr. Tan. We completely understand. We appreciate you still making time to meet us in person.
Thank you, Mr. Luzan. I really prefer face-to-face discussion for matter like this. Emails can only do so much, right?
That's true. Nothing beat a proper sit down to clear things up.
Alright, we brought along the latest quarterly financial report along with the tax computation summary. These are the final figures we submitted last month, or at least what we thought were final. We noticed some inconsistencies between the revenue section and the reported taxable income.
We also had a few expenses claims that looked higher than usual. Initially, we assumed it was just timing difference, but now, well, it seems more complicated than that.
I see. You've got a decent reported format, but this number, especially under miscellaneous and vendor payments, looks unusually inflated.
And some figure doesn't seem to match the sales summaries attached. There might be duplicate or missing entries.
There is also an inconsistency between your declared operating profit and your taxable income. That gap is what's making this report risky if LSDN decide to review it.
That's what worried us too. We didn't intend anything illegal, it's just that Mr. Tan wants to minimize the taxes as much as possible.
I'll admit, I pushed for some last minute reduction for submission. I thought it would help reduce the payable tax, but now it's beating us back.
Of course, from our preliminary review, your company's accounts are in decent order overall. However, there are a few red flags that could easily attract the tax authority attention if not corrected soon.
Red flag? What kind of red flag are we talking about?
Primarily, inconsistencies in your reported taxable income versus your reported profit. There are also unusually high miscellaneous expenses that don't align with your actual business operation.
We suspected there might be an issue. Mr. Tan, remember the last minute reduction added before submission?
Yes, I was trying to minimize the tax amount, but it seemed it made the thing worse instead.
That's quite common actually. Many companies try to legally reduce their tax liability, which is fine, but the problem starts when deduction aren't backed by proper documentation.
Exactly. The line between tax avoidance and tax evasion is very thin. Avoidance means minimizing tax within the law. Evasion means manipulating record or underreporting income, which can lead to legal consequences.
I'm aware, I just didn't think those adjustments would cause this much trouble. We didn't falsify anything, but some numbers might have been well optimized.
We understand, Mr. Tan, and to be clear, this can still be fixed. The key is to correct the entries before the Inland Revenue Board notice the inconsistencies.
So, what would be the first step? Should we amend the report or submit a clarification letter to the LHDN?
Good question. We recommend first performing a full reconciliation to ensure all expenses, claims, and revenue stream match your supporting documents. Once that's done, we'll prepare an amended financial statement with accurate tax adjustment.
And that acceptable to LHDN. We won't get penalized.
If done voluntarily and before the initial and audit, the penalty can be significantly reduced, sometimes even waived. Transparency goes a long way.
That's a relief. Mr. Tan's been really worried about any legal implications.
I just can't afford a public issue. Our investor will lose confidence instantly.
Understandable, sir. That's why we handle this carefully and discreetly. Once the corrections are made, we also restructure your tax planning strategy to ensure future filling are both op- optimized and compliant.
For example, we can categorize some of your recent research and marketing costs properly so that they qualify as deduction under allowance expenses. It's reduce your tax burden the right way, not by riskier shortcut.
That sounds like exactly what I should have done from the start.
And maybe we should schedule quarterly reviews instead of just annual ones, so small mistakes don't pile up again.
Excellent idea. We actually recommend that. A quarterly review helps keep compliance in check and allows real-time monitoring of any anomalies.
Alright, so let's move forward with this plan. How soon can your team start working with our finance department?
We can begin Monday morning. We'll start with a self-edit no disruption to your operations. Shaza and Alif will coordinate directly with your internet staff, and I personally oversee the reconciliation and amended submission.
Perfect. I want this settled before our next board meeting.
I'll make sure all the documents and digital records are ready by Monday.
That'd be great. Once we review the correct data, we draft an update test summary showing the new passable amount, once the accurate, complete, and reasonable.
Good. I appreciate your honesty and clarity. I admit I wasn't exactly transparent at first, but I want to make things right.
That's what matters, Mr. Tan. It's never too late to fix a financial situation. What's important is that you're willing to correct it properly.
And we make sure you won't face this kind of issue again.
Thank you all so much. It's been a stressful week, but I'm glad we called you in when we did.
Yes, truly. I feel much better knowing this is being handled by professionals. Maybe I should just hire you from the start, Luzan. Would save me a few headaches.
We'll take that as a compliment, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Tan, Ms. Raja. Thank you for coming. We completed financial reconciliation and the amended tax computation.
This version corrects all inconsistency and aligns fully with LSDN current compliance standards.
Wait a minute. This figure can be right. Why is the payable tax higher now? I thought the whole point of hiring you was to reduce this.
Sir, they did mention earlier that there might be a small increase due to proper adjustments.
Small. Miss Raja, look at this column. This is not small. This is jump. What kind of correction make us pay more money?
Mr. Tan, the increase reflect the removal of the unsupported deduction. Some claims are not valid under LHDN guidelines.
Unsupported. They are all business related expenses. Every cent went into operations. Are you saying LHDN doesn't recognize legitimate spending anymore?
Not exactly, sir. The issue isn't whether they're real expenses. It's about whether they're properly, properly documented and categorized. Some were listed under miscellaneous and which doesn't qualify without proof.
So now I'm being penalized because someone forget a label. We spend money to grow this company, and now it's my fault. We don't have every single receipt full. That's ridiculous.
We understand, sir, but during our audit, we found that several vendor payments did not match the listed invoice.
Oh, great. So it's triggered. Tell me, how much more triggered will LHDN be once they see we've changed the report? What this makes them suspicious now?
Actually, it's better to correct the report voluntarily. It shows transparency, no guilt. If they find the discrepancy themselves, then it's become suspicious.
Transparency. You think they all pat us on the back for being transparent? No, they'll dig deeper. You know how audits works? Once you open the door, they never stop asking these questions.
Sir, please. Everyone is staring. Let's not raise our voices.
No, Miss Raja, I need answer. Explain this. Why is our profits margin lower after reconciliations? Did you make any change to our sales figure too?
We didn't change your actual sales, but we did reclassify some advance payments that were incorrectly recorded as revenue. That slightly lowered the total profit margin, but made it more accurate.
So now I look like I made less money and I have to pay more tax. How does then even make sense mathematically?
It's because your taxable income and your accounting profit aren't always identical, sir. Tax rule treat certain expense and timing differently. That's why we adjust those values separately.
This is exactly why I hate dealing with accountants. Everything's technical. I just want a simple answer. How much do you actually own? And how do I make it less without breaking the law? Is it so hard?
So, we're giving you that answer, but it has to be done properly. There's no shortcut that won't be come back to haunt you later.
Then what was the point of all of this? I spent I spent days getting files, the extra consultation fees, and now you tell me the solution is just to pay more and wait for the next year.
Mr. Tan, please. Let's not forget. They're trying to protect the company's long-term standing.
Long term, long term. Everyone talks about the long term. What about this quarter? What about cash flow, payroll, and investor trust? Try explaining complaints to people who just want the returns.
I understand your frustration, sir, but ignoring the issue would only make it worse. What we've done, ensure the company stay clean, audit-proof, and credible, which help you attract investors, not lose them.
I don't know. Maybe I made the wrong decision bring it up at all. I thought fees is quietly was better, but now it feels like we opened a bigger mess.
You didn't make the wrong decision, sir. You made the right one. It's uncomfortable now, but it is save you from the real damage later.
You really think so? Because right now it feels like a disaster.
It's not, Mr. Tan. In fact, we already mapped out a tax efficiency strategy for next year, one that legally minimizes your tax burden through reinvestment allowance, R&D deduction, and better expense tracking.
The school actually have. So we can bring the numbers down next cycle.
Exactly. You stay compliant, save money, and strengthen your financial reputation. No risk, no surprises.
Alright, maybe I was too harsh. I just can't afford another setback. You understand, right?
We do, sir, and honestly, it's normal to feel overwhelmed. You're trying to protect your company, we're just trying to help you to do it safely.
Then, we all agree. Let's move forward with our new plan and keep this momentum going.
Absolutely. We'll finalize the new efficiency plan by next week and walk your financial team through every step.
Good. I will hold you to that. And sorry for losing my temper earlier. Guess the stress got the better of me.
It's alright, sir. We have seen worse. At least this one end with coffee.